Hey guys, it's Minitank back again, and I'm a day earlier than expected, but I got a good reason for that. Today I'm back here with more Hearthstone changes which went live yesterday and which were not included in my first Hearthstone video. First of all, we're gonna start off with the name Blizzard gave to 2017, the year of the Mammoth, when 2016 was called Year of the Kraken. For the Year of the Mammoth, their release cycle will include a 130 card expansion at the start of the year, a 130 card expansion in the middle of the year, and another 130 card expansion at the end of the year. So as it stands for now, there won't be an adventure in 2017, but each release will include an optional single player mission which will give us packs, like they did with the main streets of Gadgetzan. With these new card sets, it also means older cards will be rotating out of standard mode and become exclusive to Wild. Blackrock Mountain, the Grand Tournament and League of Explorers will all be rotating out of standards. But Blizzard also said they will remove 6 classic cards from standards. The reason for that is when the cards show up too frequently in decks and are considered auto-include, deck building becomes more limited. Deck varieties stagnates, potentially interesting build around cards fall by the wayside, and the gameplay experience begins to feel less dynamic. Most cards should feel like situational additions to decks depending on the deck archetype the player is trying to build. Now I'll run over the cards that are rotating to Wilds, let's go into the Hall of Fame set like Blizzard loves to call it, and also will be giving Blizzard reason for doing that. First of all, Azure Drake. Azure Drake is a strong neutral card that ended up being a bit too versatile, and has become one of the most played cards in the game. There should be more 5-drops option for players, rather than considering Azure Drake as an auto-include. Sylvanas Windrunner. Similar to Azure Drake, it's hard to see a card at a 6 mana cost that's gonna outvalue Sylvanas. In addition, Sylvanas has the most powerful death rattle effect in the game. As a comparison, the Priest card Mind Control costs 10 mana. Blizzard has exciting death rattle builds around coming soon, and in combination with Sylvanas they would be too powerful for standard. Ragnaros the Fire Lord. Ragnaros is heavily played in both control and mid-range decks and even shows up as a finisher in certain types of aggro decks. Its high immediate value and strength at 8 mana cost made the decision during deck building. Is this 8 mana minion better than Ragnaros, rather than is this 8 mana minion the best choice for my deck type? Dozens of cards in the 7 to 9 mana range never saw play because Ragnaros was always the easy choice in that range, and some decks only want to run one high cost card. Power Overwhelming. Power Overwhelming allows extremely mana efficient minion trades or high spikes of damage for only 1 mana. Keeping this card exclusive to Wild will prevent some crazy combinations and spike damage. Warwick's decks also tend to use a lot of classic cards, so the deck changes less when new expansion release. This change will help increase the variety of cards in Warwick decks over time. Icelands. Freeze Mage is a deck that has been around for over 3 years now, and I would like to see more variety with mage decks after each major release. This move allows Freeze Mage to continue existing in Wild, while creating more variety in Standard. Icelands also prevent them from making powerful spell damage cards, and designs that allow you to duplicate your cards. Icelands is also a very high burst damage card, sometimes being a key component of 30 damage combos. Conceal. Stealth is a very powerful mechanic and can also be very frustrating to play against, more for some classes than others. Hearthstone should ultimately be a game of plays and counterplays, and Conceal makes it increasingly more difficult for other classes to interact with rogue minions as time goes on. They considered promoting Gadgets and Actioneer to Wild instead, but in the end they decided to move Conceal because Actioneer has proven to be one of the most skill testing cards in the game. They think the power level of Actioneer decreases with this change, and games where Actioneer is played will be a bit more interactive. They also want to allow players to disenchant classic cards that are being added to the Hall of Fame set for full dust refunds, but then felt that if players would dust their Wild cards, it was a counter to their goal of making Wild awesome. So instead they are just going to give you the dust and you can keep the cards. Before the release of the new expansion, they will be giving us daily login rewards for a limited time, offering dust, gold and expansion packs. Now the last thing I want to talk about is a new hero. It's a new hero called Maiev Shadowsong. Adding this Vengeful Night Elf to your collection will be easy, as you only need to win 10 games of Hearthstone in standard, ranked or casual mode. That was the video for today. Hope you've enjoyed this video about the upcoming Hearthstone changes. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe, which you can do by clicking on the Minitank button that will be on your screen right now, or by simply clicking the subscribe button underneath the video. I'm out for now, but I will catch you guys later.